Obviously, they're really good. I mean, 5th in the country. They just handled North Carolina last night, who's 6th in the country, easily. So it's going to be a really tough test for us. They defend at a high level. They have multiple options scoring, even with Grace Berger out. So they're number 5 in the country for a reason. So we got our hands full Sunday.
Obviously, your team knows there's a number in front of their name. So how do you talk to them about that?
You know, for us, it's like anything, right? Like we prepare, whether it's number 5 team or the number 500 team, it doesn't matter. We're going to come in, we're going to prepare, we're going to work, we're going to, we'll be ready to go. And like I told them the other night, we have no pressure. Like everyone in the world thinks that, Indiana's going to win. So we come in and we just get to do what we do and play our game.
How important is the schematic approach that you have against Indiana?
It is. Obviously, scheme and game preparation, the scout, it always matters. But if you do not execute your scouting plan and your defensive plan and what we're trying to do, they're going to make you pay. So obviously attention to detail in a game like this is going to be critical.
How much, kind of speaking about just this being an opportunity for your team on this stage against a quality opponent, a tough opponent in the country?
Yeah, that's why you play the game, right? I mean, that's why you play college basketball. That's why you come to a school like Illinois to play, on the big stage in the Big Ten and against the best teams in the country, the best players in the country, and to coach against the best coaches in the country. So, it's another opportunity. And it's like, even, before when we used to, play with UConn multiple times, and you can't get caught up in who it is. You just get caught up in the prep and the details and going out there and trying to execute that plan.
Speaking of prep, did you watch the game on Wednesday? I mean, is that sort of a unique circumstance where they're on TV and you can kind of watch them before you play them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always watching every game I can watch of the team leading into it. So I'd already watched a lot of them yesterday, and then obviously I got to watch the game live last night, and then rewatched the game today and broke it all down again. So we have, we're prepared. We have our game plan put in. Now we just got to come out here and practice it for 2 days.
Did you notice any difference without Grace Berger? I mean, obviously the result was a lopsided result, but did you notice, what they're maybe a little bit of a different team without her?
Obviously they're different, but they're still, they're loaded, and I think when one of your leaders, in terms of, leadership and emotional leaders like Grace is, for them, like you almost play, everyone steps up and you kind of have a united, you're playing for her and you're playing for obviously the team. So they're really good and they're even better with Grace out there, but it's still, they have multiple weapons to try to stop.
The amount of free balls you guys have made surprise you? Did you expect this? How do you kind of sum up what that's been so far?
I really didn't think that we would shoot it at this level. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. But now that I see them, and now I see them in practice, and now I see how much work they're putting in, I'm just as confident as they are when they shoot it right now. I think, it's always going in. So, knock on wood, we can continue shooting at that level. And as the defenses, ramp up, I hope we can still shoot at that. But even Indiana, they like to collapse inside. You're going to get a lot of inside-out looks, and we got to shoot at a high level if you want a chance to beat them.
Well, obviously the ball has to go in, but how much of this are these system threes and how much are these tough shots that are being made?
A lot of them, I think, and I've talked about this before, I think some of our players are really thriving in the system, in our transition. We're getting them open looks. But then, I always say we can get you open looks, but it's up to them to make them. And credit to our players for putting the work in, putting the reps in the gym. You have them in here shooting now. So it's not just luck. You got to work, and they've been coachable on technique and follow through and footwork to really increase their percentages as well.
Kyra Cook looks like she's kind of the engine that makes that go and creates a lot of those open looks. You talk about her play.
And she's playing at a high level, and obviously with coaching her the past 2 years, I know the type of player she is. I've said it all along. She can play anywhere in the country. And her ability to score while also being a facilitator at the point is really, I think, a lethal combination, right? Because you got to guard her. She can hit. She can score at all 3 levels. And then you saw the other night, she had 9 assists and only 2 turnovers. So just her ability to make plays and then create plays for others is really does. It makes us go.
Big picture, how much is not only the record to start, but just the way you guys are winning games kind of solidified among the team, like what you guys came in talking about?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, when you can get some wins and it kind of gives them confidence in the process of it all. And I keep telling them to trust the process and trust, how we do things. And I think when you have some, rewards from that and see the kind of the fruits of your labor, I think it's easier to buy into. So no doubt about it, I think that's helped. And hopefully that confidence just keeps building and building as we go along this season.
Why do you think so quickly that it happened?
I think that this team has, I've said this, from day one, they've been, what do we need to do, coach? And how can we get better? And they've literally believed in everything we've said. And, we're just fortunate that they had that mindset, and I think, I believe in our system. I believe in our process. I believe in, how we establish a culture and the way we go about doing things. And how high of demands and expectations, we hold of them every single rep, every single day. They're good players, and now you put them and you hold them accountable and you teach them, and you care about them, and I think that you can just see them all thriving right now.
Daly was someone who kind of talked to us. She set a goal of being Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. What does it kind of say about her that she set that as a goal, such a lofty goal for herself?
I think I love that she said that, and I told her she should be all conference defensive team. There's no, my first few, months here, I could see her ability and what she can be as a defender. Now she has to learn how to be consistent in that every single possession, and that's something that I give her credit because I get on her about it if she slips, and she wants me to get on her about it. She wants me to hold her accountable for that because she does have those goals. So when you have players in that mindset that want to be coached hard and want to be held accountable, then we can do something special, and individuals can do special things.
She said she wanted to expand her game. Came to you with that. What do you remember your first impressions of her, and how has she kind of grown into this?
I remember my first meeting with her, I think it was day 1 or day 2 on the job, and just her willingness to open up right away. I remember her telling me all these things, and I'm like, wow, this is the first time I've sat down with this player, and there just seemed to be an instant trust there. And I thought that was pretty cool and pretty special because not everyone's like that. And just her eagerness and willingness to learn. She really, really wants to win. And again, when you have that combined with a pretty good player already, and then her willingness to absorb and just be a little sponge about everything you're saying, and she can be as good as she wants to be, and I firmly believe that. She has a long ways to go still, but you can see how well she's been playing lately.
Any updates on actually in the door? Seems like you're going to need her size now that you're in the meat of the schedule.
Yeah, we need her size. I wish we would have had her back a week ago, 2 weeks ago, but I don't think she'll be dressing and playing on Sunday. Hopefully we can get her back as soon as possible.
Just one more. You added the transfers, and there's a lot. What have they given you? I know you had 2 of them before, but what's just their impact? There's obviously statistical output they're putting together. What's their impact?
I think all the transfers that we had came from winning programs. With obviously Brand and Makaira, but then Genesis has been a huge piece. At NC State, obviously I won ACC title. Didn't get to play a ton, but I don't care. You're in a winning gym. You're in a winning culture. You understand the level of work it takes every single day. She's playing against some of the top guards in the country every single day. So, and you can see she's been huge for us, and her leadership, her just again from being in that winning culture. She's not a true freshman. She's not a sophomore. She's a junior, and she has that experience.
Everybody good? Thanks.
Thank you guys.